to Myers ASMR. How are you? Relax. Relax. I'm so glad you're here. Hey, there's outrageous abundance that's been summoned by you. Your life just gets better and better. There is outrageous abundance that has been summoned by you. Your life just gets better and better. Hey, look what I summoned. This here egg and cheese sandwich on toasted sourdough. Oh my gosh. I've never made such a combination of sandwich. It's got smoked Gouda cheese, scallions, little arugula, and tomato sauce, believe it or not. So let's have at it. sandwich reminds me of the ones they used to make at this place I bartended at about 12 years ago. But they made the egg like way thicker. The sandwiches were good, but the egg used to overwhelm the bread because it was so big and thick. Like the sandwich used to break. I'm a little sad that I'm almost finished. The scallions are so good. It was so good. I wish I had made the egg thicker, but wasn't sure how the bread would hold up. This is citrus berry tea from Trader Joe's and a pre-used peppermint tea bag. I can't even taste the peppermint. I forgot to add a sour sop leaf to it. So what are you watching currently on Netflix? It's like way too much to keep up with, right? It seems like every time you turn around, you see something good in your feed, like at the top, and you're like, oh my God, and I start watching that for a little bit. And I still have stuff in my queue from months ago. But I currently have in my most active rotation Grey's Anatomy, which I'm just now watching, and I can see what the fuss is all about. It's so well done and so well researched, well acted. Just a great show. I'm also watching The Sinner. Bill Pullman is a fine actor in that, and so glad I'm discovering his talents. I started watching Nona's and Firefly Lane, and I really like Firefly Lane, but then I just got into Grey's Anatomy, and anyways, I know what I want to tell you. If you like what I'm doing here, like and subscribe and donate to the channel. Now it's time for the next fun part, when we talk about getting better and better every day in every way, with the help of this How to Develop a Winning Personality book. So let's see where we left off. I love completing books with you, because as I'm reading them on my channel, I'm also reading them myself for the first time. So that's wonderful. And it's also a great way for me to make it through these books. Many of them have been around for years, and I just haven't got to them. So now's a great time to do it. So this chapter is called Boy Meets Girl. In the early stages of the male-female relationships, lightness of spirit can actually bring magic back into the age of the computer. When you walk together in this spirit, the most commonplace things become wonderful. The people you pass, the moon in the sky, the bump in the sidewalk, the music of the band, the chance touch of hands, even the pouring rain, become cause for laughter, thrill, secret understanding, anticipation, wonder, and happiness. It is nature's way with a boy and a girl, but you have to give nature an assist by entering the scene in a mood of lightness. But a light mood dies swiftly in the presence of a tied tongue. You may spend hours of bliss with a sweetheart or a spouse without once saying a word, but silence on an early date is catastrophic. And so talkativeness, often an undesirable attribute, becomes in this aspect of your life a sine qua non. I don't know what that means. Between a boy and a girl on a date, there is often a natural embarrassment. Though consciously they are merely spending an evening together to have fun, they know unconsciously that the mating reason is the real one. In our society, despite all of the new freedom of sex discussion that is apparent, the average young male and female together on a date for the first couple of times are in a process of exploration. Neither will admit to the other at this point that anything more than fun is involved. That is so true. I remember at 25 years old going on these dates that I met on Match.com and just acting like, oh, I'm just having fun, just going to dinner with a new person. You know, hey, that's what you have to tell yourself, so you don't get too disappointed, right? You don't put too much pressure on the other person to be your person, to be your one. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how it felt. Like, you could just see the intensity in people, like, and even the disappointment, like they were hoping this was the one. Is this the one? You know, too much pressure, too much pressure. Talk is a diversion from the main theme, and each welcomes talk from the other. Talk puts both at ease. Oh, you may say that sort of thinking is for squares. Nowadays, boys and girls are extremely sophisticated. They know the score. Many of them are quite conscious of nature's plan, and they don't have to kid themselves or others by beating about the bush with the diversionary talk. As a matter of fact, sex experience is not uncommon even on first or second dates. Okay, let me clarify. This book was written in the 60s. So I think in that time, people still had this idea of saving themselves for marriage. Yeah, that was still a thing. That could be true, though I doubt that there is as much sex on real dates as there is in magazine stories and sex surveys about real dates. The fact remains that advice on dating is avidly sought by millions upon millions of young folk who would not need such advice if there were as much loose sexual intercourse as the writers and pollsters would have us believe. Any girl knows that if she is prepared to go all the way, she can get all the dates she wants without anyone's advice. However, even if the writers and surveyors were correct, there would be no really satisfactory dates without talkativeness, for the natural embarrassment to which I, as a square, referred to above, is not by far the only reason for the importance of an untied tongue. This is apart from the self-evident fact that there can be no genuine joy or satisfaction for the girl who can get dates easily only because she is prepared to sacrifice herself as an instrument for a boy's brief physical satisfaction, or for the boy who has to spend hours of boredom with a girl whom he has dated for that brief satisfaction alone. Good talk on a date has value for its own sake. It is of itself a source of fun and enjoyment. Talk breaks the ice better than anything else and puts both partners at ease. Talk develops mutual understanding of dreams, goals, attitudes, agreements, and disagreements. Good talk has a longer lasting magnetic effect on the date partner than sex without commitment, than prettiness or handsomeness, or than lavish spending. Yeah, I have to say, I agree with that, because you gotta get to know somebody, right? Isn't that the whole point? I mean, if you're just after a one-night stand, then be upfront. Don't call it a date. Don't act like you're looking for a relationship. Then, you know, and I think women especially get frustrated when that's mainly what a guy is after, but he acts like he's interested in some type of romance relationship, getting to know you and all of that, when he's really after the cookie. You're just trying to get that cookie. And then men wonder why women put men through so much hoops, because we don't want to be on the emotional hook for somebody who is just horny, who's just hopping around. Like, why would anybody do that? So, yeah, talkativeness, I would say, in the beginning stages is one of the best ways to get to know somebody. So, people talk about group dates, going out with a bunch of others or amongst people that you already know. And I think that's a good idea too, because you want to see how other people interact with and react to that person. You want to see different sides of their personality come out. What makes them laugh? How do they tell jokes? How do they respond when someone does this and that? Because you cannot possibly come up with all situations, and because you're just one person and you have your particular ways of talking and acting and being. But it'd be good to get a more rounded idea of a person by seeing them interact with others, especially people you know. And that also keeps it safe in a sense, because they know, like, you have friends in common, so they don't want to look bad in front of their friends. So I think they treat you better when you both have friends and acquaintances in common, because they know you're going to go back and tell them, and then you're going to be talked about and ostracized. So they're going to be better towards you. Anyways, that's just my 2 cents on things. I'm 53, so what do I know, right? Just lived a bit. Hey, let me go back to the quote. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. Excuse me. If you want to collaborate on each other's social media, on each other's channels, hey, let's talk. I'm open to it, because each one help one, right? It's all about helping each other get to where we want to go. And if you have a product or service that you want me to talk about and review on my channel, I'm interested. I'm not sponsored, but I'm looking forward to that day. And your product or service does not have to be food or food related, although, of course, I'd love to try new food and meals on my channel, because this gets expensive. Okay, let me tell you. So, and I still work a 9 to 5. So, hey, I would really like the support. Let me put it like that. I would like the support. Hey, and it doesn't have to be food or food related. It could be books, articles that you've written, something that you feel like you'd really love to hear me read. I'm open to suggestions. If you've got some nail polish, I love my OP, but lately I've just been keeping them bare just because, I don't know, so I don't have to put on gloves when I wash the dishes, I guess. If you've got some clothing you want me to wear, especially tops that can be seen. If you've got jewelry, I usually wear my dangly chandelier, silveries, but with this top I just didn't want to put those on. It's been a little chilly. It's supposed to be like hot this time of year, so the weather's a little strange right now, but I think it's gonna get hot soon, and very soon. I feel so bad for like all the outdoor festivals and concerts and things that were scheduled for today, and it's not only chilly, but it's rainy. one of the waterfronts between New York and New Jersey. So imagine the views. The views from the New Jersey side are like better, honestly, than being in New York. So, anyways. So, yes, the quote is, there is outrageous abundance that has been summoned by you. Your life just gets better and better. There's outrageous abundance that has been summoned by you. Your life just gets better and better. And may you find lasting happiness